What if your dying words were so carefully encoded that it would take 400 years to unlock them? This is the story of Mary, Queen of Scots. Her final letter was more than a goodbye. It was a coded act of defiance, a political masterstroke written from the edge of death. In this video, we uncover what Mary truly said and why her final message still sends chills down the spines of historians today. Mary Stuart was born in December 1542, and within 6 days, she became Queen of Scotland after her father's sudden death. A royal infant, wrapped in fine linen, placed under a crown far too heavy for her head. Her claim to the throne wasn't just Scottish. Mary also had a strong claim to the English crown through her grandmother, Margaret Tudor, Henry VIII's sister. That alone made her a threat to Queen Elizabeth I, who ruled England. Mary's very existence ignited tensions, as Catholics saw her as the rightful heir to England. She married young, first to the French Dauphin, briefly becoming Queen of France. Then she returned to Scotland as a widow. Her second marriage to Lord Darnley ended in scandal, and his assassination rocked the kingdom. Mary's third marriage to the Earl of Bothwell, suspected of killing Darnley, sparked outrage. She was forced to abdicate and fled to England, expecting protection from her cousin Elizabeth. Instead, she found a prison. From 1568 to 1587, Mary lived in captivity in various castles across England. Not dungeons, but cold, controlled environments. She was watched, her letters monitored, her movements limited. But Mary was not idle. She wrote constantly, communicating in cipher, using codes and aliases. She maintained contact with Catholic allies and loyalists across Europe. She negotiated marriages, defended her reputation, and most dangerously, supported plots to restore Catholic rule. To Elizabeth and her advisors, Mary wasn't just a prisoner, she was a ticking time bomb. Then came the Babington Plot, a failed attempt to assassinate Elizabeth and put Mary on the throne. It would be the final nail in her coffin. In 1586, Mary was brought to trial at Fotheringhay Castle. She was accused of conspiring to murder Elizabeth, largely based on intercepted letters linked to the Babington Plot. Mary was not allowed legal counsel. She defended herself eloquently, denying the charges, but admitting her longing to be free. The verdict was inevitable: guilty of treason. The sentence? Death by beheading. But Mary, ever regal, accepted her fate. She would die as she had lived, as a Catholic queen. On the early morning of February 8, 1587, just hours before her execution, Mary asked for paper, ink, and a candle. She sat by flickering candlelight, the cold English winter outside, and wrote to Henry III of France. One haunting line reads, "Tonight, after supper, I shall be put to death. I die a Catholic, a queen, and a martyr." She spoke of debts owed by her household, asked for prayers for her soul, and reaffirmed her love for France. And then, she did something genius. Instead of sealing the letter with wax, Mary used a rare and brilliant technique called the spiral lock. This was a 30-step paper folding method that turned her letter into a self-sealing envelope. The only way to open it was by tearing, making tampering obvious. This meant her message was protected from spies, messengers, even guards. The method was so obscure that for over 400 years, no one fully understood how she did it. In 2021, scientists used X-ray scanning to finally reveal the technique without opening the letters physically. Even on the brink of death, Mary was still playing the game of secrets. Just when historians thought they knew everything, another revelation came. In 2023, researchers uncovered 57 encrypted letters written by Mary during her captivity. They were hidden in the archives of the National Library of France, misfiled under unrelated topics. These letters revealed a masterclass in political survival. Mary managed alliances, passed messages to European powers, and discussed her son's future rule, all in coded text. She criticized Elizabeth's advisors, expressed loneliness, and showed defiant intelligence. Mary wasn't just enduring captivity, she was fighting a silent war with ink and paper. At dawn, Mary walked to the execution chamber. She wore a crimson velvet gown, the color of martyrdom in Catholic tradition. She carried a crucifix, a prayer book, and her final letter. Before laying her head on the block, she forgave her executioners and prayed aloud, "Into thy hands, O Lord, I commend my spirit." It took 3 strikes of the axe. When it was over, a small dog hidden beneath her skirts emerged and refused to leave her side. Even her enemies wept. Mary's death did not silence her. If anything, her final words echoed louder than any speech she gave in life. Her son, James VI of Scotland, would eventually become James I of England, uniting the 2 crowns, a vision both Mary and Elizabeth never lived to see. Her spiral-sealed letter, her coded messages, her fierce intellect, all stood as testimony to a woman who never stopped fighting. She wasn't just a tragic queen. She was a master of diplomacy, secrecy, and resistance. So, if you had only 6 hours to live, what would you write? Would you cry for mercy, or turn your last words into an immortal legacy? Mary, Queen of Scots, chose the latter. And that's why we're still talking about her today. If you want to uncover more dark and powerful stories from royal history, subscribe now. Next time, we reveal what was found inside Queen Elizabeth I's decaying coffin, and it's not what historians expected.